Hey, welcome back to the Collectible Motorcar Atlanta YouTube channel. I'm Carson. Got another project for y'all today. This here is our 96 OBS truck. This one's pretty unique. It's actually got an LS swapped in it. Made it to a turbo 400 transmission. And probably one of the more common issues we have with cars around here is leaking transmission pans, whether it's the 700R, turbo 350, turbo 400, they all seem to leak. Whether it's the shift shaft, the output shaft, or the transmission pan. In today's case, we're doing a pan. They come stock with just a cheap stamped steel. Thing's probably been off 4 or 5 times in its life and it's warped. And so the best thing you can do is go ahead and go with a nice cast pan. You can upgrade to a deep one if you like. This one here is just stock depth, which is great for this application. Here's the part number for a turbo 400 pan from Summit. These are about the best value for a trans pan out there. And we're gonna get started. So as you can see, I already have the fluid being pulled out. Another advantage to go into a pan like this is it actually gives you the ability to have a drain plug. So otherwise, if you don't want to face full of transmission fluid, you have to suck it out through the dipstick. So I've got the extractor going, and I'll meet you guys underneath the truck once this thing's done momentarily. So now that we're under the truck, we're ready to pull our pan off. Now we have all the fluid extracted from the front, so hopefully we don't spill too much down here. The strategy here, we're going to work our way from this end to the front and leave these front bolts in just loose. So that way we can tilt the pan down, make sure that nothing's going to spill out, and then we'll go ahead and pop off our last 2 bolts. This is just a 1/2 inch. This thing's old enough, it's standard. Grip once you get the pan off, so center your bucket under here. Alright, just like that, she's off. Looks like our gasket's coming off here. Not too bad. So back under the car, now that the gasket surface has been cleaned, we're going to remove our filter. Pull it down. Pay attention to whatever spacers are underneath. Right there. And then it's impossible to drop a transmission pan without making some sort of a mess. So with the pickup tube out of the way, something to look for, just like when you're doing an oil filter, make sure your O-ring is on there. If not, it's going to be up in the hole. And I've actually had it before where there's 2 O-rings up in the hole where 2 people have forgotten to take them off. So let me get a flashlight and inspecting the hole, and you can see up in there, hopefully it shows up good on camera for you guys, but there's nothing in there, so that means we're good. So we're going to take our new pickup tube. If you look on here, it's labeled filter and case. So we're going to put our O-ring on the case end, rubber up with some ATF that you surely have all over yourself by now, and then slide it up into place just like so, nice and firm. Take our new filter, a little bit of oil in our rubber grommet where the filter is right here. Get our bolt handy. Filter onto the pickup tube. Nice and snug fit, which is what we want. It'll actually hold itself in place. Grab our spacers. In this case, get the right offset, an aluminum spacer of some sort, and then just a nut. Whatever you have works. Put it on there. Tighten it up. A lot of times when I open these things up, I find the filter just totally loose in there with no spacers on the bolt, and that's not what you want. I've actually seen where the filter is popped off the pickup tube before. So, got it spaced right. Tighten that up. Filter's good and sturdy. I'll go ahead and grab a wrench and snug that bolt up. Torque to spec right there. Everything's secure. We're gonna give this one last wipe of get the ATF off the sealing area and get our new pan put in. So now we got everything on the workbench here. We already had a shallow TH400 pan in inventory here. turns out this has the deep setup on it, and the pickup tube here, the short style is discontinued to convert this over. So that's fine, we're gonna go with the deep pan, that's better to set up anyways. So this is the deep pickup tube that is already on the truck for the deep pan, but the kit comes with a new one, that's nice. New filter, new nice hardware with a drain plug for our pan, and then this trash gasket that no one in the right mind would want to use anyways. Summit Racing makes these gaskets. My personal favorite is Lube Locker, is a brand that Summit carries, Amazon carries. Those were all sold out, so I have the Summit pan gasket, nice thick 3/16 inch rubber, much better than this trash. So the next step here is we're going to scrape the pan clean. This is a nice Lyle carbide scraper tool, works wonders over a razor blade. So we're going underneath the truck, get it scraped, get a new filter and standpipe in, and ready to install the pan. So another advantage of going to a nice deep pan like this, besides the increased capacity and additional cooling it provides, is you get a lovely drain plug. So you don't have to do like we saw at the beginning there and suck it through the dipstick. We're gonna put a little bit of this sealant on here. Guys, try not to use Teflon tape on cars. This is really such a better product. Permatex high temperature thread sealant. So put her in there. And I actually like this pan. A lot of the ones you buy, they'll just have a regular sort of washer, like a plastic washer with a large headed bolt. And those never seem to seal very well. This is a nice proper tapered pipe thread plug. So we know we won't have any leaks out of there. So don't go too tight on there. Flip it over. We're gonna go ahead and brake clean both mating surfaces and get our gasket put in place. All right, so we have our nice thick Summit gasket on here. I actually see it says made in USA. That's always nice to see. Actually, this pan itself is made in the USA. But we're gonna go ahead, put it in place. And the kit provides new 12.5/16 bolts. So go ahead, get it started. The other nice thing about these thicker gaskets is they're pretty rigid. So once you get a few of the bolts in, all your holes should line up no problem. I can't stand those thin rubber gaskets that come in the filter kits. Those things never work very good. So we have our little Milwaukee in the snug setting, so it's not going to get very tight. Try to go up evenly. Working from side to side. So last step underneath the truck here is torque all the bolts to spec. The Summit instructions actually said 10 foot-pounds, so that's what we'll do. No need to go crazy on these. So as you guys just saw, we got all the bolts torqued after I went around in the crisscross pattern. Go in a circle, just check everything. Sometimes we want to be a bit loose, but we got our drain plug in place. We're all good. Now we can clean up our mess, drop the truck down, and go up top to get this thing filled up. She's a squirter. Okay guys, we're in the truck now doing a test drive. We ended up starting off with about 5.5 to 6 quarts. The initial 4 wasn't enough to get the truck to go into gear properly. So that's a telltale sign you need to add more fluid. But added another 1.5 quart or so, and 5.5 or 6 seems to be doing good. Go ahead and remove our do not start sticker. So we'll just go for a little 10-minute drive, get some heat in that fluid, and see how it does. Holy shit, it says add a pint. So as you guys just saw, we're back in the shop. Truck ended up taking a whole 8 quarts of fluid. I actually had the pan off for over the weekend, waiting on this new pan to arrive. So an extra amount drained out, so I ended up taking a full 8, but that's fine. So this truck's basically full of brand new fluid now. And now that I know it's good, that concludes the video. So if you guys want this truck, check it out on our website, collectiblemotorcaratlanta.com. Give us a phone call, 770-738-7111. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down below. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.